Hello, guys. This is Kalen from Learning to Use Time. I want to briefly go over this credit guide and give you guys a little explanation of some of the points in it. So, basically, this guide just teach people a little roadmap of the process of increasing your credit score in some different ways and strategies you can use. The first step is to obtain all three credit reports. Now, we use Identity IQ because it gives updated alerts on any changes in your credit profile, and it also shows all three credit bureaus and allows us to integrate it within our CRM to expedite the process. Now, you need these credit reports because you want to know exactly what's on your credit report. It should be something you should check, weekly, if not daily. You want to identify what's on there, what's not right, what's not correct, because those are the easiest things to remove. Anything that looks like fraud, you just want to have a clear understanding of what your credit report is. That way you can plan a efficient way to increase your score on your profile. Once you've done that, or if you've done that, you can then start the dispute process. Now, usually the dispute process, the companies were given 30 to 45 days, but due to COVID, there's a CARES Act out, which allows them to respond in 60 days. So be mindful of that. A lot of people, we come down here, we talk a little about fraud and the impact it has on a lot of people's credit history report. That's why it's important to have these credit monitoring agencies that you can monitor what's going on with your profile. Also, at the time, there is free credit monitoring. You can get myannualcreditreport.com will allow you to get one credit report per bureau weekly, I think until maybe April 2021. We talk about the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which is basically, the laws that allow us to get a lot of these things removed, and you want to make sure all these people stay in compliance. The next step is building credit. So we talk about secured credit cards, which is basically a card that allows you to use your own collateral to have a reporting installment or credit line in your report. So say you go to a bank and they offer secure credit cards and you want for $1,000. You give them $1,000. They give you a credit line for $1,000, and they'll put the $1,000 you gave them into a savings account for however long the term is. Maybe it's a year, 6 months, but they will subtract payments from the $1,000 you put into the savings account, and at the end of the term, they will give you your money back. So you didn't really use your money. It's kind of like a savings that allows you to build credit. For those of you who rent places to stay, which is most of us, that's usually the biggest expense for people. And so a lot of people don't realize that you can use your rental payments as a benefit for your credit report. There are companies out there that will go out their way to have that put in your credit report. If you have a house or you own a home, you can offer this service to people. This will allow you to claim that somebody's paying you rent or through these agencies, and they'll be able to report it on their credit history. So you have a home that could be an additional source of income for you. We also discuss authorized users. Now, authorized users should be one of the last things you do. They're like a little extra splash, a little glitter. What authorized users is, say you have someone with a $20,000 credit limit, and they've had it for 10 years, and they've maintained their payments up to date, and they have a good utilization. What you can then do is, or what they can do is have you put on their card as an authorized user, and that will have all their 10 years of payment show and reflect on your credit report. So that can be a big boost to your credit report, adding authorized users. Now, don't let anybody tell you to do it too early. You don't want to add authorized users until your credit report is clean, because otherwise it really won't help as much as it could. It won't be as efficient. and we discussed debt payment. Now, you want to have a clear plan of paying off your debt. A lot of people go and pay off, to make the minimum payments on their cars or their debt, and they wonder why it's never really going down. If you're paying minimum payments on your debt and it's acquiring interest, that interest will be taken out of the payment and it won't all go to your principal. So typically you want to pay more than the minimum payment and pay off that debt that way. We discuss all these things in these sections, which you guys can read. If you guys have questions or you want to book a credit repair strategy call, you can always click on these links and it will take you to the page where you can schedule an appointment with one of our specialists and figure out a way to improve your credit that way. We talked about credit monitoring a little bit earlier, and identity theft protection, because like I said, a lot of people go through fraud, and that's the biggest thing that affects people's credit reports. So you want to make sure that you have an idea of what's on your report, what you're authorizing to be on your report, and have alerts set up so that if there is a case where something appears in your report that you did not authorize, you can quickly respond to it and have it removed. So, like I said, if you have any more questions, you can book a strategy call with us. Click these links. There's links all throughout this guide. If this information has helped you, share it and join our Facebook group. You guys have a good day.